Hi, this is Daniel Wampler of On Point Realtors, and this is 5 ways to improve your credit score. All right, well, the first way we all know is to pay our bills on time. But the reality is that paying your bills on time won't necessarily improve your credit score, it just won't hurt it. So if you want to improve your credit score, yes, you have to start with not making it worse, but always remember, most of the companies that you're paying will not report you unless you're delinquent on your bills. Besides paying your bills on time, if you want to actually increase your credit score, you actually have to bother getting credit. So what is a FICO score? A FICO score measures the likelihood that you will default on a loan. The higher the score, the less likelihood, etc., etc. So you have to build credit. The easiest way to do this is to go ahead and save some money, and then I would go to a credit union and go ahead and see if they have a secured credit card. So you give them $500 to $1,000, usually it's about $500 is the minimum, and then you use that as just like a regular credit card, and you just use about 10%. So it's not enough to just have a credit card though, it's the way you use it. You don't want to max it out, and you don't want to use much more than 10 to 30% of the credit line a month. And you want to pay it off every month. If you do that, if you're able to do that, then you'll build a much faster or much better credit score than the other way around. Now, besides paying your bills on time and having a credit card or something along those lines, another thing to improve your credit score would be types of credit. So types of credit, we know, of course, credit card, but also car loan. There can also be different types of credit cards, and there's also personal loans. Now, another trick you can do that is included in this is you could go to the same credit union, you could talk to them about secured loans. So again, you take $500 to $1,000, you give it to them, they give you a loan, you pay it back over 12 months, maybe a little bit longer depending on if it's more. And they'll report this to your credit score, or your credit to the credit bureaus, and improve your credit score. So that's another way. So you need to not just have a credit card and the way you use the credit card, but you have to have several different types of lines of credit in order to improve your credit score. And then there's the length of credit history. Now this is the hardest one to do, but it's actually probably one of the more important things to do. And what this is how much time you've had. So if you've had a credit card for 10 years, you should try, even if you don't use it anymore, don't get rid of it. I made the mistake early on in my life of listening to some financial gurus who will remain nameless tell me to cut up my cards and to cancel them. So I did all those things, and it hurt my credit. It didn't help. So I ended up, if I had had the same credit cards I had, I would have credit cards all the way back 30 years. But unfortunately, I have closer to 10 years. So don't cut up your credit cards and close them out. If you don't want to use them, fine, don't use them, but don't cancel them. That's the hardest thing to create, is history. However, my last and final suggestion is this. This will help you in history. Unfortunately, this is not something that everyone can do. This is for people who have a significant other or a parent or somebody who wants to help you out in this area, or if you want to do this for your son or daughter or your loved one. If you or someone else that you know has a credit card they've paid on time for, let's say, 20 years, they can make you an authorized user. Now that doesn't mean they give you the credit card or that you're actually going shopping. It just means that you're authorized to use that credit card. So what happens is, when you become the authorized user, the credit history of that particular card goes onto your credit. So for example, let's say you have a credit card that you've had since you were in college, and that's 30 years ago. And your daughter or son are 21 and they're starting to get on their own life, and you want them to have a good credit history. Make them an authorized user on that credit card. It will take your 20 or 30 years of history and put it onto their credit, even though they're not even that old. And they will immediately have a good credit score, especially if you yourself paid that credit card off every month. So that's probably the best way to get a really good credit history right away. You can do this for your wife or husband. You could do it for a friend if you wanted to. Hell, you could even do it for me. But, all right, I'll probably cut that out. All right, well, there you have it. This has been 5 ways to improve your credit score, and I am Daniel Wampler of On Point Realtors. If you have any questions or concerns, give me a call or feel free to private message me on Facebook. I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.